Hello, how is it going? Welcome to another Q&A. Today I thought I'd do some more YouTube comments, so let's get into it. From Plasma the Dragon. Are you allowed to bring more than one fursuit to a con? If so, how many? Spectrus the Protogen. You're allowed to bring as many as you can carry or fit into your hotel room, and that's kind of the main reason why people don't bring a lot of suits. Most full fursuits require an entire suitcase to themselves to transport, so it's usually only locals and people driving who bring multiple suits. Plus, with cons only being a few days long, it can be really hard to give multiple suits an even amount of love. But if you've got a bunch of friends happy to volunteer, you can lend your suits out to them and then run around with all your suits at once. Having someone else wear your suit is quite the out-of-body experience. From Avenue the Malamute. Hi Pocari, I recently went to a street festival and a person about my age, 14, tried to pull off my fursuit head. I know how to handle most things, but this I had no idea how to handle, and I didn't want to take the rude/harmful approach. Do you have any tips on how to handle feral teens? Maliwan Liger. Rowdy people like that are your handler's job to deal with. That's why you always have one when you sit among the public. It is not safe to do it alone with how much fursuits impair your senses, so you need to have a handler who can disengage you from harmful people. But if you somehow find yourself in this situation anyway, you need to just walk away or break the magic and tell them to stop. By either just breaking character and talking to them, or actually take your head off so then they can see that there's a very rightfully angry person inside. Either way, you just don't ever want to be in that position to begin with, so please get a handler. From ZeroBean01. Hi Pocari, a while back when you did your do's and don'ts for furry cons vid, you mentioned showering and it got me thinking, would your fursuit get damaged if you wore it directly after you shower? Also, pancakes or waffles? Well, I don't think the heat on your body would really be enough to cause any damage. So the only thing I can think of that could cause issues is if you didn't wash off all your soap properly, like still completely covered in suds level unproperly. But do keep an eye out for next week's video where I'll be testing various things against fur, which also includes a lot of shower stuff. No, not my fur, not my fur. I have scrap fur to test it on, don't worry. Oh, and pancakes. Like, I haven't had a whole lot of waffles in my life. They seem to be just, like, a really uncommon thing here in Australia. So, if you love waffles and hate spiders, I don't recommend holidaying here. From Mark Bulgin. Hello, Pocari. So, I'm a newish fursuit maker, and I was wondering whether I should start a YouTube channel showcasing my work, tutorials, outings, and you should know the rest because you're a furry YouTuber. Any advice? Well, if you've got the time and you'll have a lot of fun making them, then absolutely yes. Videos are a great way to show what your suit is like and how it performs, so it instills a lot of confidence in your potential commissioners. Just make sure you edit them a little bit, like don't just upload your raw footage, and I also recommend either voicing them over or adding some music. But either way, it is your channel, so you can do whatever you like. That also abides with the YouTube community guidelines. From Galaxy Honey. Hey Pocari, do you think young furs should get suits? I'm a young fur getting a partial and I wanted to get your opinion on young furs getting suits. Also, thank you for introducing me to the fandom. I've answered questions like this before, but I still keep getting them, so I feel like I have to still keep saying it. As long as you're aware of how much they cost, the fact that not all makers will want to work with you, and you could potentially grow out of your suit. If you want one, go for it. As long as you're not like lying about your age or stealing your parents' credit card to do so. I personally would wait until I'm independent to get one, but that's just me. I'm not your mum. So if you want one and you can get one, then go for it. From Ryan McKinney. What/where would be the best time to fursuit? Thanks. This is an oddly subjective question because everyone fursuits for different reasons. For some, nighttime at a furry convention might be the best time because the temperature drops and you're surrounded by fellow furries. For others, it might even just be at home after a long day at work so they can escape reality and become a fluffy animal. Or maybe in the afternoon at a public park because all the smiles you cause create the most fluffy, wholesome feeling ever. So ask yourself, why do you want a fursuit? And your ideal scenario should come from that answer. From Pink Dragon. Hey Pocari, do you prefer 5, 4, or 3-fingered paws? And if 4, which fingers are together? And hi from Nevada. I like the dexterity of 5 fingers, but I think 4 will always be my favorite with just how adorable it looks. Plus, it can be a lot of fun trying to figure out how to do basic things with only 4 fingers. I have 2 fingers together in this one right here, so that's my middle finger and my ring finger. And I find having that extra strength down the bottom helps me to like carry things and grab things. I drop stuff a lot less with it there. From Try It Now. Hey Pocari, so I have a bunch of OC/personas and I don't know which ones to use. Do you have any ideas? Try the guy. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little secret that I know about OC, so come here. A little bit closer. It's very secret. Closer. Go, don't bite. Closer. Alrighty. OCs don't have to be used. I find collecting OCs similar to collecting figurines. Sure, you've got your favorites that you take down and play with, but the majority are just there on a shelf, looking super cool, and it's really nice just to sit back and admire them from time to time. So just use the ones you feel the most strongly about and don't feel too bad about the others. Worst case, you can just switch them around at any time. From Coco the Fox Deer. Dear Pocari, I really enjoy your videos and would love to be featured, don't mind the name. Anyway, my question is, how hard is it to get into more for less suits? How they fit/feel, and would you recommend it? I'm really sorry, but if you want to know about more for less suits, you've asked me a few years too late. Fursuit makers are always improving and changing how they do things. So in the 5 years that I've had my old Pocari suits, they've changed a lot. So my experience with the suit's quality and the commission process is a little bit expired. You're better off directing your more for less questions at some of the more recent commissioners. From Sashimi the Cat. I've had the problem of hopping from one persona to the next. It seems I can never stick to one persona. Do you know a way to stop this or a way that can help with fixing this problem? You're allowed to hop from persona to persona if you want. I don't understand this stigma against constantly changing characters. Sometimes you can take 100 characters before you find one that you really connect with, and even then you can still change it later. Otherwise, simply have a persona that has the ability to shapeshift. Just make sure to keep something in your name the same so that when you change characters, people don't lose your contact details. From Cyclopoofles. Hi Pocari, I'm a pretty young first still, but I have a nagging obsession to plan everything too early. Not sure why, so here goes. At one's first convention, should they speak and make friends or stay in character and silent? What type of panels and things should they go to? Greetings from the forever forgotten state of Iowa. Kelly the Aussie Wolf. This all really depends on what you want out of the convention. Like, if you want to relax and have fun, don't worry about staying in character. If you want to knock everyone's socks off with your amazing performing abilities, then heck yeah, try and stay in character the entire time. There's no right or wrong answer. Do what you want. With panels, they are entirely optional, but if they're the kind of thing you enjoy, then have a look at what's on beforehand and plan which ones you want to go to. With really big conventions, it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with all the panel rooms beforehand so that you don't get lost when it's time to go to one. If there's any particular furries you want to meet, have a look and see if they're running any panels or if they have a dealer's den, or otherwise most of them tweet whenever they're coming down to the convention space. Just be aware that even when you try your absolute hardest, there is still a chance you might not run into them, so don't hang your entire convention experience on it. There are always more conventions and there are always more opportunities, but you can't go back in time and change your perspective. I do want to make a video about convention experiences sometime, but it's really hard when it's just so subjective. Like, I know plenty of furries that spend 90% of the con in their hotel room, and they still have an absolute blast! From Daniel Stanbridge. Hi Pocari, I recently drew some gift art for a person with a considerable following, and she used it as her profile picture for her Twitter and whatnot. I had a falling out with this person, I no longer support her, and I want to take back the art that I made for her. I really like the pose, and I want to redraw another character in that pose. Since I drew it and she didn't pay for it, can I just redraw it in the exact same pose with a different character? Would it be considered stealing since I can't ask her to remove it? She blocked me. Also, greetings from Arizona. Dan Bug, the fluffy axolotl dragon. What does that look like? I want to know what an axolotl dragon looks like. That sounds amazing. Here's the thing when it comes to ownership as an artist. If you didn't sign the rights away or include any officially trademarked characters, the art that you've created is still yours. Seeing as you can't really steal from yourself, you can still reuse the piece. I would still disclose the fact that it's a reused gift, so someone doesn't come across the original and be like, "Oh my god, Dan Bug reuses people's commissions, cancel them!" Ah! But yeah, as long as whoever's getting the new art is aware, you're all good. And that is it for another Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me some more questions in the comments below with the hashtag Q&A so that I can find them, or you can email me at pocariru@outlook.com. A patron shout out to Darkness Wolf 89. Thank you so much, Darkness Wolf, for your incredible support in helping to bring this video to these guys. But of course, thank you so much for watching. I would not be here without that. I kind of need that a lot, so thank you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!